interesting story coming from the New York Post. The L.A. Kings, their head coach is Daryl Sutter, one of the many Sutter brothers in the NHL. And he's kind of a hothead. Sutter brothers are kind of hotheads. Actually, I believe I covered Daryl with the Chicago Blackhawks. I covered one of the Sutter brothers. Right. Anyway, so the players just sick and tired of his tirades. Kings did not make the playoffs. Kings won a couple of cups.
With this coach.
With Daryl Sutter. So, as of a couple of weeks ago, I think they were on the road, and they locked the door to the locker room following the game. And Sutter can't get in.
I love it.
Whoa.
He can't get into the locker room at all. Once again, this according to the New York Post. So he tracks down like a maintenance guy to get into the locker room.
His team's locker room,
His own locker room. He finally gets in, and the players like barricaded the door frame with garbage cans. And when he got through it, the locker room was empty.
Well, that's frighteningly immature. I mean, that's almost karma. That's why the team didn't make the playoffs this year, doing stuff like that to their coach.
I'm thinking, what's that Quiet Riot song? We're not gonna take it.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
Yes.
Right.
We're not gonna take it. Daryl Sutter.
I knew I could get him going. That was easy.
There you go.
That was very
well done.
easy.
Yeah. Well done.
No, but so what? You're a former athlete.
Yeah, I mean, it's... There's a line, and the coaches who step over the line, they get pushed back like this. Tom Coughlin, is a very disciplinary kind of guy. He's had to soften up over the years. I think athletes have changed, and they've changed how they're willing to be treated.
Right.
And this speaks to that. Yes, you've helped us win trophies. You helped us win championships, but I'm not going to take that. I'm a grown man. You make money, I make money. Show me some respect. You can't just come here and yell at me every day. And whether you're talking youth coach, high school, college, or professional, in order to yell at somebody, you got to show them you kind of care about them and you like them.
Right.
You need to know that the yelling has some kind of constructive criticism with it, not just a tirade and disparaging you personally.
Yeah.
Coach me hard.
Right.
Coach the heck out of me.
Right.
Coach me to a brand new level I've never been taken before. But don't make it personal.
Right.
And when it's a tirade, it becomes personal.
And we don't know, guys. We don't know what happened in the days prior to that. Did they talk to him? Did they say, hey, coach, did the captain speak to him? We don't know what the backstory was. But that's so immature for former Stanley Cup champions, for goodness sake, to lock their coach out like, Dad, you can't come into my room. I'm in here by myself.
But to your point, if they had talked to him and he said, yeah, I'm going to do better, and they got a sense that here we go again.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never do that to my dad before I would get a spanking. Yeah. I wouldn't lock the door because I knew that would make it much worse.
Right. You're not going to have a door in a minute.
right. Son, you've lost door privileges.
Door privileges.
I've had my door taken away as a teenager.
That's funny.
Yes.
He literally took it off the hinges and the whole thing?
He came in with the screwdriver, took the bolt out the hinges, and you don't have a door anymore.
Wow, okay.
Let's see how you like that.
Yeah. Ever do that with your kids?
They would prefer me not to talk about that, I'm sure.
Well, no, he probably doesn't do it.
Well,
He's got to put the door back on. He's like, oh my God, now I got to put this thing back together.
I'm pretty handy. I can do that. But yeah, if you want to do things behind closed doors, well, then you just lost your door privileges.
Wow.
I've had to do that once.
Yes.
I didn't actually physically take it off the hinge. I don't think it was necessary. But the door is absolutely positively staying open.
Oh,
wow.
No, yeah. The door came off the hinges. It was much more of a gesture to take the door off the hinges than just saying, I need this door opened.
Wow.
But I like the pushback. I'm not a fan of the inmates running the asylum.
Right.
But that's a good organization. They've won stuff there. It's not a terrible locker room. So to let the coach know we're not going to take it, I think that's kind of an interesting way of going about it.
That's what I'm saying.
And it delivers a message, just as taking a door off the hinges delivers a message.
Right.
Not letting him in the locker room also delivers a message.
You know what we did with my son one time?
What's that?
He was younger. It wasn't taking the door off the hinges. He couldn't keep his room clean.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's hard.
So we said, okay, if you can't keep your room clean, you can't have stuff in your room. We took everything out.
Did you watch Mad Men last night? That happened to Don Draper.
I don't watch Mad Men.
Yeah.
We took everything out. Except for his bed.
No way.
I mean, everything was sitting in the hallway. All he had was a bed.
That's funny.
That was it.
So Marsha Brown, my mother,
Okay.
Marsha Brown. When I come home from work, there better not be anything on that floor.
Wow.
I think she said it twice.
Yeah.
On day 3, she came in with a garbage bag, and anything that was on the floor was taken to her work.
Really?
And not just sat in the hallway, and it didn't come back for like a month.
Wow, Marsha.
And I was like, okay, there
Bringing
you go.
it.
So James Brown took the door away. Marsha Brown picked everything off the floor. I think I got it.
Yeah, you got your lessons.
Lessons are pretty clear right
But you
now.
were like 14. We're talking about NHL millionaires behaving this way.
But the coach is also so. But if you're saying that the millionaires are bad, then what is the coach for coming in and having a tirade at players, at grown men?
Right.
Coach them.
Right.
Coach them up.
Clearly it wasn't working.
Right.
I'm just saying there's got to be a different way to send a message to the coach than act like a 12-year-old and lock him out.
Well, they had to lock him out so they could get showered and leave. Because they didn't want to hear it.
They didn't want to hear it. I really want to get going,
so
coach.
the locking out process was probably secondary to, we don't even want to hear what you have to say, so we're going to get out of here first.